What is up, YouTubers? Warrenaterz here. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm giving you guys an unboxing and short look at the Sony CX320E. This is going to be my new video camera for recording my vlogs and that kind of thing. So yeah, this camera films in a PAL format. The CX320, which you can find in America, that's a NTSC format. It films in 60 frames a second, but I've got the British version of it. So yeah, anyway, let's get ahead with the unboxing. Let me just get my scissors under the tall seal and we shall go ahead with this unboxing. Now the camera itself, it's got an XMOR CMOS sensor. It uses Bion's technology, and it uses a Sony G lens. Some models do have the Carl Zeiss lens, but this particular model has a Sony lens. It can either film in MP4 or AVC HD format. It has a 55 times extended zoom and a 30 times optical zoom, and it also has an inbuilt microphone input, so you can use your own microphones with this camera if you're really not that into using the onboard microphone. Now the first thing they give you in the box is the Sony guarantee. You do have to register the product, but after you register it, you get a year warranty on it. They also give you like a booklet containing accessories that you can also purchase for the camera. The camera itself, you can buy larger batteries for it, things like tripods, that kind of thing. But yeah, you can do your own research on that if you really need to. This is advertising the fact you need to register the products. Then you've got things like the instruction manual. It did have it in separate languages. I think it's in Chinese in one, and then it's in the English in the other. It's something like that anyway. So the instruction manual itself, it is really informative, but in my opinion, like, if you can just set a camera up, you know what you're doing. It's just simply putting the battery in, putting the SD card in, switching it on, and making sure it's plugged in so it charges up basically, and giving it a full charge. So yeah, anyway, that's the camera itself. It's packed nice and neatly in a tiny package there. That's a plug socket. That'll be different depending on what country you're in. And then they also give you a power brick or transformer. Britain uses 230 volts. It'll convert it into something lower than that. Then they give you a USB extending cable. Now I'll show you what that's for in a bit, but basically it's to extend the USB cable out of the camera. Then they give you a mini HDMI to a large HDMI wire, so that you can plug it into your TV and stream a video. And the last thing they give you is a battery, and it's pretty much, that's the only thing in it. So yeah, it's a decently packaged box. I can't see how the video camera itself will get damaged, so it's packed rather well. As long as you don't completely shake it apart, I suppose. Yeah, it should be perfectly fine when you get it in the box. Now, this is the camera itself. Notice the mic input on the side in red. I've also put the battery pack in. It simply just snaps into place, and then I plugged the charger into the side to make sure it charges up. So yeah, this is when I'm powering it on for the first time. Simply all it asks you to do is set your time zone, set the time, and make sure the date is perfectly fine, that sort of thing. So yeah, I'm just gonna skip ahead of this, and we will get to the nitty-gritty. Now, this video footage I'm using, it's actually some from my latest weekly vlog, but I'm just using it as purpose to show the video quality. So overall, I'm really impressed with it. It's got good contrast and good tonal values, but I must point something out. If you zoom in by about 200 times, it does get slightly blurred on the edges of things, but overall I really am impressed with this because it does show a good vivid range of colours, and it has a rather wide angle lens. So this is really important to me as a person, because when I vlog I really do need a wide angle lens. My previous camera was quite small, So yeah, in my terms, it does make a good difference having a wide angle lens, but it really does depend on preference when it comes to that. Now, in my humble opinion, I think it's really useful to have an optical zoom. I didn't have one on my previous camera, but it is really useful in some conditions. Now, what I'm showing you at the minute is a picture of the moon. I took this myself. Yeah, it's using the 30x optical zoom, and it really does depict the contrast and internal values of the moon. Now, one thing I do love about this camera is that it also has manual parameters for the exposure. Now, I got to admit, if I only had automatic exposure settings turned on, it would have not actually found the moon. It would have overexposed it. So one great thing about this camera is that there is a lot of parameters that you can set manually. So things like the focus, exposure, and things like that. So now, this shot of the moon itself, this is actually using the extended zoom. It's 55x. Now, I got to admit, I don't really think I'm going to use the extended zoom that often. You can only use the extended zoom if you've got steady shot turned on. This prevents the camera from shaking. But yeah, the extended zoom really does pixelate the image in some ways, and in all honesty, I really don't think I'm going to use the function that often. But I got to admit, I really don't see a point how you could zoom in that much anyway. It's not unless you were miles away from an object that you need like a 55x zoom. So in my opinion, I'm not really going to be using that, so it doesn't really make a difference to me. Now, one last thing I want to do is share to you the audio quality. Now, yeah, I'm filming this using the camera itself. I'm just using this as a reference to show you guys what the audio quality is like. Yeah, but overall, yeah, I think this is a really great camera. It'll be suited to most people. It's quite good for the mid-range market. Now, I've got one thing to add. There is two models of this camera. There's the PJ320 and there's a CX320. Now, the PJ320, it's exactly the same as the one I've got, but it has a projector built in. And this projector, it's a really low resolution. I think it's 640 by 320, so it's not much. And I think it's got a lighting resonance of about 13 lumens. So it's quite poor, really. It's good for dark conditions, but yeah. So that's the reason why I went with the lower end camera, because it cost less to begin with. And the other thing is that I don't really have a use for a projector. So yeah, but anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's been informative for you all. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and yeah, peace out, so have a good one.